Chapter 16. The Dance of Death. The dancers are dancing and taking no rest, and closely their hands together are pressed, and soon as a dance has come to a close, another begins, and each merrily goes. Dream of Life, Heine. We were revolving on ourselves around each other in lively but irregular style. The Commodore, who had often taken a prominent part in the sailors' dances on board ship, and knew the fiddlers' calls by heart, viewed our performances with a severely critical eye, and determined to bring us to order at once. So blowing a shrill blast of his whistle, he roared out with the full power of his brazen lungs, "Shipmates, ahoy! Blast your eyes! What the damn ye all about? Swing right, swing left, swing corners, all hands around, change up, change partners, up, down, outside, middle, promenade all, hurry up, lazy lubbers, damn your eyes, damn take the hindermost," as we whirled round and round, knocking and banging against each other, right and left. "Bravo, bravo," applauded Asterion. "You're doing splendidly, gentlemen. I hope you enjoy it." "Immensely," replied the prince, "although I must confess it is rather monotonous without any music, and without any pretty girls to recline their sweet heads on your shoulders, while you steal your arms around their dainty waists and whisper soft sentiment in their pretty ears. What a pity," replied Asterion. "Oh, me don't want no women folks round. Long skirts heap bother me like a jig. Hornpipe, double shuffle. Wish we had toot horn, drum, fiddle up here, and somebody for to play 'em. Reckon could jump sky high." And John tried to cut the double shuffle, but having no wax floor to start from, made a rather poor show. "My dear prince," puffed the doctor, "will you kindly do me the favor to keep your shoe leather out of my eyes?" "My dear doctor, your heels are drumming a lively tattoo on my nose, so I fancy it's about even." "Asterion," I said, "the devotees of dance generally like a little variety in their evolutions. Can you not favor us with a change of program? A polka, Scotsy, gallop, quadrille?" "Nothing could give me greater pleasure than to gratify your laudable desire, but you're booked for the waltz and nothing else." "How long will it go on?" asked the prince. "It always goes on. It will always go on." "Always?" "Yes, in other words, it will never stop, day or night." "Is that a fact?" "'Tis a scientific fact." "Distressingly scientific," I said. "Scientific facts are often distressing, but they cannot be helped." "Then this is a regular dance to the death?" said I. "According to science it is." "Asterion," anxiously queried the prince, "can't you help us out of these inconvenient scientifics?" "No man can circumvent science." "Well, there is one comfort. Death stops all dancing, however lively. Then there's rest." "My dear prince, you are laboring under a delusion. Death stops nothing. Motion is the great law of nature. These mighty cosmic atomic forces playing around us. There is no such thing as rest. You will waltz till you die. Your corpse will waltz till all the flesh drops off. Your skeletons will waltz till the ligaments drop off. Your bones will revolve around each other till they fall to dust. Your dust will revolve till it separates into its ultimate atoms and molecules, and they will continue to revolve around each other forever and ever. The great laws of nature are in full force around here, and you must submit to them, however inconvenient it may be to you." "The surrounding chaos is beginning to revolve already," said the prince. "Getting in order for the dance, and order is heaven's first law," replied Asterion. The great cosmic laws of motion, revolution, and attraction were now manifesting themselves in a lively manner. For more than an hour we continued revolving around each other, the miscellaneous chaos of books, knives, coins, pebbles, etc., whirling around us, thumping against our heads and faces. In vain we essayed to fight them off, and they rebounded from the walls of the car back to the centers of attraction, striking us in all directions. The old Greek philosopher Lippius' theory of atomic collisions, Professor Helmholtz's and Sir William Thomson's theory of elastic vortex motions were illustrated in the most striking manner. The raven, flapping his wings, hurrahed and cockle-doodle-dooed. The gulls, mother carries, and penguins strutted about, whooping and gabbling in perfect delight, as if the performance had gotten up for their especial entertainment. By this time we were perfectly desperate, and cared not a straw what we said or did. In the meantime on went the dance, like the waltz of the infernals in Robert le Diable. Gentlemen, puffed the doctor, shall we free-born citizens of Earth and Mars consent to dance ourselves to death, or be knived and stoned and booked to death, according to Asterian science? No, 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 we all puffed in reply. Death being inevitable, it strikes me that the proper course for us is to get rid of this disagreeable scientific mode of dying, is to shuffle off our mortal coils at once. What say you? Our old Stoic philosophers, said I, esteemed suicide the greatest privilege whenever they happened to get in an unpleasant situation and couldn't get out of it. Their example is worthy of commendation, and I propose we follow it, replied the doctor. The question is before the society, and open for debate, said Asterion, taking the chair. Mr. Chairman, said I quite concede with the doctor's views, and move that we proceed to commit felo de se, individually and collectively. Gentlemen, you have heard the motion, said Asterion. All in favor of it, signify by saying aye. Aye, 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 we puffed in a voice. All those opposed to it, signify by saying no. No! Thundered the Commodore. It was evidently he didn't want any interruption of the waltz. The ayes have it, announced Asterion. Damn 'em! growled Jack, scowling like Mephistopheles balked of his prey. Felo de se being decided upon, said Asterion, the next question before the society relates to the modus operandi. Asterion, said I, please open my portmanteau and get out my revolvers. Thanks, but I don't propose we allow you to get up revolving fireworks inside this car. Have you any cold poison about? Queried the doctor. This isn't a drug shop, doctor. Our situation is indeed deplorable, said I. No pistols allowed, no poisons on hand. What is to be done? Take courage, Lieutenant, said the doctor. I see a deadly weapon. Asterion, please pass up that ivory paper cutter lying on the table. But who'd undertake the job? I oversee this business. It must be neatly done. I'll have no botch work, he replied. Oh, we'll suicide ourselves all around, exclaimed we all. I'm a little doubtful on that point. The doctor is too old and feeble to undertake it. The prince is too tender-hearted. The lieutenant, with the esprit de corps of the navy, is quite too chivalrous to assassinate a fly. Viadon and Burris are not accustomed to the butchering business, said Asterion, laying down his logarithms. Oh, me first-class butcher, exclaimed John. Me sticky good, many roast piggy on board ship for dinner. Who will you begin with, John? Me sticky myself forehand, then sticky all around. Good, said the doctor. I have great confidence in persons who are willing to institute experiments on themselves before experimenting on their neighbors. Asterion, pass up that mortal ripper. Asterion passed up the ivory. John took it with a grin and broke it into pieces. John, you've broken your word, indignantly exclaimed the doctor. You're a trickster, and I despise you. Me no care. Me heap good dancer anyhow. Doctor, said the prince, now's the time to bring in requisition that calm philosophy for which you are so eminently distinguished. Really, Prince, I fail to see what philosophy has to do with this situation. It may console you in this evil plight and enable you to rise above it. A fig for philosophy. It easily enables us to rise above past and future evils, but I'll be hanged if I can enable me to rise above this infernal predicament. Jump up to the roof and get out the window, suggested Asterion. Your exit would be like that of a penguin, quick as a flash. Excellent, replied the doctor. Of all modes of shuffling off this mortal coil, I prefer the penguin style. Pop, and then all is over. No need of a coffin, parson, or graveyard, but philosophy won't help me up to the window. Asterion, said the prince, the situation is becoming desperate. A crisis is at hand. And the dance will go on all the same, crisis or no, replied he. But you must get us out of this scientific muddle, said I. Somehow or other, by Jupiter. Is it possible, Lieutenant, that I heard you using profane language? Great Scott! Isn't it enough to make a saint swear? But the tallest kind of swearing isn't equal to the situation. Call the Commodore. He's equal to it. Hello, Jack, called out John. Come help Captain Fred swear. Not by a damn sight, snapped the Commodore empathetically. The heartless villain wants his infernal dance to go on, groaned the doctor. There's only one way to get you out of it, said Asterion. In heaven names, on with it, we all shouted. You can blow yourselves up with a bomb. Your dance will be stopped, your atoms will fly forever through space. Illustrating the atomic theory of Democritus, said I. Come, get out your bomb. I grieve to say I have no bomb on hand at present. It is impossible to describe our disappointment. Hi, giggled John. You want any stuff to blow up? Me got 'em in the portmanteau. Asterion drew out the portmanteau, opened it, and took out a can of dynamite carefully wrapped in cotton. What is this singular material, he asked, and I explained its uses among the terrestrians. No need to blow us up. Put a can under the bottom of the car, touch it off, car boom along like a shot out of a big gun. John's plan seems feasible. I'll try it, said Asterion. Then carefully attached the can outside the window underneath the floor and connected it with a wire to an electric battery. Now, gentlemen, are you all ready? Take aim! Fire! Bang! Said the Commodore. Asterion transmitted the electric spark. The dynamite exploded with a force sufficient to upheave an ironclad on any planet, but in this empty space, the recoil on the car was hardly equal to the touch of a feather, sufficient, however, to move it beyond the neutral point. Gravity was restored, and we all six gracefully floated down to our chairs, and the revolving chaos gently descended to the floor. 3 cheers for John! Exclaimed Altfora. His clever wit has saved us, and the applause made the windows rattle. And the dynamite has started us ahead. We are now under the gravity of Mars, said Asterion. How far off is he? I asked. 40 million miles. 4 more days and nights of tedious travel, said the prince. Not so. We'll take the home stretch, Asterion replied.